Yo, yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome in. Welcome in. Let's do this. Let me get this out there quick. Yo, yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome in. All right, gotta get this announcement out to the jungle. All right, so there's 50%, 8 a.m., which we expected, right? We had 8 a.m. Swipe the low, close back up inside. And then there was 50%. Me going into today, I'm watching the um just gonna be watching. Let me hold on. I gotta fix this real quick. We're going to. What'd you say? What up, Spicy? Good morning. Good morning. So the daily close bullish. So yeah, previous day candles, previous day's candle obviously swept the low on Tuesday, put in a Wednesday low of week. I'm presuming here, and we'll see. And then Thursday's candle closed above. I'll bet very close. But so I would be expecting bullishness. I'm almost expecting that we might have some kind of chop today. I'm not ruling that out just because like I'm expecting like I would want to be a bullish right now. Just this hourly is pretty damn gross since midnight yesterday, so it would not be surprise me. But the fact we did close above, I can still see going higher. I want to wait for the hourly chart though at 10 o'clock. See how this hourly candle closes. If this hourly candle closes something like this, which obviously we have 9:30 volatility coming up, well, we'll see how it closes. If closes like this, then I'm ruling. I wouldn't be trying to short to London lows here. I know a lot of people are going to see these. I know are going to see these relative equal lows sitting down here. Do we get them? We'll see. Let's wait and see how this hourly candle closes. But if it closes like this, I'm looking for bullish continuation. Probably up towards midnight and a London high at the at that point because I know I'm not going to fade an hourly swing like this. Um, Problem is you have what? You have 4 hour order block sitting up here, 4 hour close below, right? So the 4 hour is telling you more downside, but if the hourly closes bullish here at 10 o'clock, then I could be seeing some more upside here. So here's open and we will roll. Let's go. Good morning, Jules. Good morning. You do have the crown, I think, because you're the first chatter there. Yeah. Hope you guys like the bumpy pickle. All right, so watch 8 a.m. high. There we go. We sweep 8 a.m. low. Close back inside. Usually, it's a very good indication that you can have a move back to the 8 a.m. high. Not always, right? I mean, it just depends what 9:30 manipulation wants to do. But yeah, we'll go from there. Where's our negative fours line up? Negative fours take us to 419 and 813. 813 takes us basically to a new high of week, which would be it's not unlikely. And then 419 takes us basically it takes us pretty far down as well. So I said 419, right? That seems very low. But yeah, that would take us down to basically the lower 15-minute BPR down here. So nothing really in terms of confluence. Nothing in terms of confluence with -4 today. So don't have that really going for us. We'll see how this 15-minute how this 5 minute closes. Does it close above 8 does it close above 8 a.m. high? Then I think we're just gonna push right up to midnight and London. Then we will roll from there. I did get hacked. I did get hacked. Let's check good old gold quick. See what gold's doing. Gold with an hourly swing. Interesting gold left hourly triple equal highs up there. But you do have an hourly swing here, so you got to be careful with longs, right? Price failed to close higher on the hourly. I personally don't like shorting gold, right? I mean, I think that's pretty obvious. But yeah, let's go. Let's see how this hourly closes. I'm really not interested. I think we have 9:45 news today as well, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, if this 5 minute cannot close inside of here, then there's this will be interesting. So right now we're still rejecting what 50% of London, which would be where this swing looks like it rejected off of. Yeah, maybe the 618. So for now, like I said, we'll wait. I'm gonna wait for that hourly candle close at 10 o'clock to kind of give me some kind of idea. If this hourly candle closes back below here, this hourly candle comes back somehow and closes back below here, very, very, very bearish. Especially if you came back and swept the 2 previous hour highs, and you can't close above, and you come all the way back down. That's a pretty good range there, right? For that hourly candle. If you come back down and close below, then I'm looking way past London lows at that point. If you're closing down here, closing down here, then I'm looking for these lows. And what is that? Thursday's low? Yeah. So previous day low would be my target. But remember, the daily's still saying bullish here, so you just got to be a little. So what happened overnight? Which pretty much nothing, right? We had a London dub at 3. But so if I was framing longs, if I'm looking at the daily candle, what was I expecting? Well, what would I be expecting for Asia London? If at 10 o'clock, if a 10 o'clock candle closes like this, what am I looking for? I'm looking for manipulation down, right? Because bullish close, and then I'm looking higher. Assuming this candle didn't sweep some kind of major buy side, of course, right? Then we know we could get some kind of reversal. But so I would be looking for Asia London to dip down, put in a daily wick, right? And then I would be looking for what? I would be looking for bullish continuation ups to the upside, because then my manipulation is in. This should be the low of my daily candle, and then look higher. So, oh, I know Discord. I can fire up the Discord so it's a little more live. Let's go. Yeah, I'll fire up there so anybody that's in there can follow live. 1 second here. I was debuting the pickle today. That's why I was just doing YouTube. But I forgot about the there's a little live delay. So, all right, there you go. Oh shit, I gotta share my screen. All right, there we go. All right, so if you want to follow in Discord, it should be live in Discord here as well. Yeah, YouTube just delayed. Yeah. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. All right, so nothing I'm really interested in. I'm not interested in anything now, right? So we had a swipe on 8 a.m. low, close inside, take 8 a.m. high, close back inside. Really nothing that I want to get involved with here until I see some kind of hourly candle at 10 o'clock. What up, Cash Owen? Good morning. Remember, 4 hour chart's still bearish here. So problem is, like, if our 4 hour candle is going to distribute, which it doesn't look like it's going to, then like this should have been our manipulation should have been this wick, and then we continue lower. Why? Because of this candle, which means, like, so if I'm looking at this, if this is the 5 minute chart, pretend you don't see a 4 hour thing here. What am I expecting? I'd be expecting this low to go, right? It's hard to reverse off of NQ really cannot reverse without some kind of swing. And the swing would be a swipe on this low, close back inside, and then rip. Otherwise, it's going to come back for this at some point. Can it go all the way back up to this high, take it, and then come back down for it? Yep. But you're still leaving like these highs in the here still. What up? What up, CD? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. But for now, just 4 hour inside candle, which tells me what? That I probably should just stay on the sidelines until I have some better confirmation 4 hour inside candle, and you just have, this is your 4 hour inside candle right here, right? Just choppy, getting wrecked, price action. The bumpy pickle. I thought about the pickle tickler. I told the fiance that today, and she goes, "The what?" And the look of disgust on her face was amazing. All right, so it looks like we should push for a London here. Right, Bears close on 8 a.m. Still nothing I would be entering. Maybe this gave you a little confirmation that we should go for a London just because of that swipe on the previous hour high, and then a close back inside. But nothing I want to gamble on right now. All right, we'll see how the hourly closes. Let's go 20 minutes. We got news in 7 minutes, and we'll go there. She's gonna get married to a monster. Yes, yes. Let's see here. I do apologize. I guess I didn't realize that I posted a stream schedule last Friday for this week, but it was a very very busy week on base, so didn't get to stream very much. I actually didn't trade very very much this week, but just because of that, we'll be back with 2 or 3 streams next week as well. Yeah. Let's go check out natural gas. Ooh, natty gas could be a good candidate for some buy side up here. If you get a good hourly close up here. Would not be opposed. Up to what, 5.65. Also with that also natty gas right now very very bullish. So simply because of what? Because of this the snowstorm that everyone keeps fear mongering on social media right now. But that's why you're getting this huge pump out of natty gas. So any kind of longs I think are great. So because you're going with that news, and then if this hourly close is bullish, what am I looking for? Same thing I was showing you on the daily, right? Close above, look for a little dip, see if we get a little rip, and then we will go from there. So that's something I will watch because longs could be easy on natty gas. But for now, we're still just stuck inside this range here on good old NQ. -4 takes us down to 419. Like I said, that doesn't really take us. There's not really any major liquidity targets down there besides back to, there's a 15-minute BPR and this 15-minute untapped BISI down here that takes us down to -4. Which I don't mind shorting to if we have an hourly close below this previous hour low. In best case, I would like to see us close below London as well. Yeah, absolutely, Cash. Yeah, yeah, it makes it easy. Makes it easy because then you're always trading on side of the hourly. So if you take a loss, yeah, it still sucks, right? It's every time you take a loss sucks, uh, but at least you know that you were trading alongside the hourly. Assuming that it's good as long as you still have a good draw on. You still have a good idea on liquidity, and like you didn't sweep your major target beforehand. But this is why we want to stay out here, right? Imagine. Even if I got short here, I would have been stopped to break even probably here if I shorted this. So it's just right. You have a swipe on the 8 a.m. low for the ones that came in late. Swipe on 8 a.m. low. Swipe on 8 a.m. high, and now you're just chopping inside the range. Why I'm just waiting. Oh, and then we also have news here in about 3 minutes. Good movie title? Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Hell yeah! We did leave what a 5-minute equal lows down there. Yeah, SMTs galore. We'll bring out we'll watch the double sweep indicator today. For those that don't know, I made a little double sweep indicator. Look at this pump! Holy cow, man! If you went short down there chasing London, you just got smoked. Now I made a little double sweep indicator. When I'm talking about double sweep, I'm talking about something like this. This was actually a triple sweep, but you'll see how you can kind of let's turn off SMTs for now. It's kind of just in the way. But when I'm talking about double sweeps, I'm looking for something like if it kind of failed here, but I'm looking for it to swipe the previous 5 minute high or low, swipe, close back inside, swipe, close back inside. This one took take a new high, but you'll see it still closes back inside of a candle one here, and then reversal. Obviously, you don't trade it mechanically because of instances like this where we obviously still had some reason to go up higher here. Like this would have failed, right? So I don't know if that's equal highs. I don't know, but still, like two candles, the next two candles close back inside. You can usually look for some kind of a reversal, but again, you need to use context and time as well. Like what time it did this one happened at like 6:10, so this was like time was on your side too, right? Because if you're looking for hourly manipulation higher, you want to see like a wick up here and then a reversal back down, but like I said, it's not. That's why you can't trade it mechanically, apparently. Then this one was kind of weird too. 8 a.m. open, went a little higher, put it on your wick, and then you pushed back. It pushed back lower. But all right, let me see if let me change the times on it. I've only got it set to for some reason it likes to work in whatever time zone you're in. So let's go like 01. We'll go back to London and see. Okay, so it didn't count this one because of the equal highs. That's why. I guess we did have it down here on the yellows as well. It's not like I said, it's not mechanical. But if it goes with your bias and some kind of other entry, it just gives you a little more oomph, kind of like the way we look at SMTs, right? So wow, what an ugly close. We're just gonna close right. So far, it's right in the middle of the range here. All right, we have news in 20 seconds. What is it? Just PMI, I'm assuming. Little PMI action. Another week though, stuck inside the same weekly range. What I will be watching as well today. Actually, we got news here, so let's watch the news quick, and then we'll go to the weekly chart. The weekly chart's still pretty damn gross, but it's like news ain't gonna do too much for us. But I would like to see. Like I said, we'll see how this hourly candle closes for those that came in late. I would like to see us close. Basically, put it on 1 hour or put it on 1 minute order block here. What I don't want to see is like I do not want to see us like swipe the low on of 8 a.m., swipe the high of 8 a.m., and then close back inside. That could mean that we have some choppy conditions coming up. Um, I'd like to see us get a very bullish hourly candle close, a small wick, get long, target the hourly. It's an hourly devil's mark up there. Beautiful. That's a nice target. Target midnight London high. Call it a week. So we'll see how this, like I said, we'll just go from there. Did ES take London? Was there an SMT on London? Oh, there is there? Oh, there is. There sure is an SMT on London. That explains it. Did not see that. Makes it even better here. Now, if NQ wants to come back and take London, then that should mean that we just continue down, right? Because SMT's broke. Let me turn this off again. Just kind of getting in the way. There's one more thing. Oh, I was going to go over the weekly chart. So what I was seeing on the weekly is I want to see how does this candle close. If we swept, if you look at this week, if we sweep, was this 3 weekly lows this week? Don't close below any of them, and then close back above up here or higher. You should be expecting what next week? You should be expecting all these highs to go next week. Obviously, we're still stuck in this range, but This would be like this would be like a this would be a sweep on all these lows, and you did not close below. Now, if it closed below, then I'm looking for what? I'm looking for the 15th of basically December's lows. I'll be looking for. This would actually be a monthly low. So if we close below, then we can look for December's low next week. Otherwise, we close back up inside and say inside the range. What's my low hanging fruit next week? I'm at least expecting this, and then I'm expecting but I'll be expecting higher. What will I be looking for on Monday, Tuesday though? Depending on where we close, we close here. There's probably a good PD array inside of this wick, the hourly BISI potentially that I showed you, and then I'll be looking for that we maybe manipulate down to Monday, Tuesday, put in a weekly wick, and then what expansion Wednesday through a Friday back up to these highs, or even just this weekly high if we're going to stay inside of this range. Does that make sense? So basically, right? Because if Monday opens, we expect Monday, Tuesday kind of be manipulation, maybe even Wednesday. That's why you have your that's why you have your Tuesday, Wednesday low of week profiles. And then so what do? You look for your higher time frame PD arrays that price will manipulate it down to. We do the same thing on the daily chart, right? We look for London, Asia, or Asia, London to manipulate down. Usually, some kind of hourly BISI is usually a good is usually a good spot to look for manipulation, and then you get that what you usually get that 3 a.m., 4 a.m. reversal off of London. If you go back and look at it, you'll see many reversals happen at that 3 a.m. time for London, and it's usually coming out of some kind of higher time frame PD array, ending the manipulation for your daily, putting in your daily wick. So hopefully that makes sense. But just like I said, just time. We all know time is fractal. But yeah, just understanding your your timing of your candles. So important. So 10 minutes still. Like I said, I'm just glad I'm not anywhere in here. Just see how it kept us out of. I can't say us, but I don't know if anybody's taking a trade in here. Certainly, I hope not. Um, I'm sure somebody has. Talking to you. Anyway, but yeah, so like I said, we're just stuck, right? I want to see. I would if we're gonna keep on pushing. At after we took this high, I would have wanted to see the 5 minute close back inside. But you start sweeping a previous hour low, sweeping the high, closing back inside of the range both time. Expect choppy conditions, at least until a new hourly candle is going to form, right? Because this candle's not going to expand much more, right? It's already a good size range for an open candle. Um, you like no expansion is going to start happening until we have a new hourly candle. So you're better off just waiting. That's why I don't like to rush into something, right at open. Like what was I can't say like right at open. I'm saying like when you have like this scenario where both sides of the hourly are swept and you're just floating, and you're closing back inside the range of each. It's showing that it doesn't want to go lower, but it's also showing that it doesn't want to go higher. So what does that mean? Chopperoni. Donate your accounts. It's brutal. Hey, it's brutal. Yeah, yeah. It's this weekly chop's getting a lot of people. It's getting a lot of people. It's bad. We've been in the same weekly range since we ate turkey, or a ham, or if you're vegetarian, whatever you ate for our Thanksgiving. Right. Like I said, so if you came in late, I'm just watching. Watching. I would like to see us close above here to confirm longs. Otherwise, you're gonna have to have the same thing on that we have on the 5 minute chart with the hourly high, but you're going to have what? You're going to have an hourly outside candle where you swept a low, you swept a high, and you close back inside just the range here. It could mean continued chop. Now there are instances like you sweep the low and you sweep the high, and I will go so like if this candle closes bullish here, I will still have a like the hourly to me will still be bullish. Because what happened first? I'll be going by this happened first, right? So if price swept here, this to me this is the hourly manipulation, and then this should mean higher. So if I do want to have some kind of hourly bias, I would be more bullish. And then and then like so if you sweep the high and low, what happened first, basically, and then your bias should be what the opposite of that is on like the higher time frame on the higher time frame chart. Morning, Marshall. Good morning. What up, CB? What up? What up? If you're just tuning in, still no trades. Like I said, just waiting. Not gonna get chopped up on a Friday. Not yet, anyway. Doesn't. Like I said, if I had to guess, I would say up still, but up could mean 40 points up in a slow, choppy move as well. So, what up, Hildago? Congratulations. Hildago is now a grandpa. You are officially old. Stam pickle cracks me up. Yep. Pop, pop. I hope that means champagne. Yeah, who? Yeah, that sounds a lot better. All right, so if the hourly is going to close, we still got 5 minutes yet. But remember, if we're closing up here, I'm looking for a little dipperoni. See if there's like a lower time frame PD array. There's a little 1 minute BISI. Like I said, see how we close here at 10 o'clock. All right, so let's frame our 4 hour too. Remember, the problem is like, well, we should have an SMT on that 4 hour low. Yeah, so you're gonna have a 4 hour swing here on ES, right? Maybe ES would be the cleaner thing to a trade here. ES is weak sauce though. So you're gonna have a 4 hour swing here on ES. So if I'm looking at this, and this is NQ, what am I expecting? I'm expecting ES to push up to this 4 hour SIBI at when that 10 o'clock candle opens, right? Even if ES is going down, even if ES is going down, like on the 4 hour, what am I expecting? I'm expecting manipulation up into this wick from 10 o'clock to like 11 o'clock, right? To frame your 4 hour wick, and then going back back lower potentially. Only with some kind of only with some kind of confirmation, right? Because you do have an hourly swing here with an SMT. But this would be like low hanging fruit target. Like as soon as this candle closes, I would be looking for that 4 hour high. NQ looking good. Maybe we can get out of this range. That'd be beautiful. Get out of this range and catch a nice little continuation long up to London and midnight. I said, call it a day. Best case here. Would love to see this hourly close above 8 a.m. as well. That would just give me a little extra confirmation rather than closing inside of the range. You can sweep the low and close back above the previous candle, putting in that order block. Then that's probably the direction that you want to trade. But why am I looking for a dip first? I want that hourly manipulation to happen, and I want to get in on that hourly manipulation. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Mhm. Definitely a little uncorrelated here. Yeah, so, like, if I was looking for yesterday's low on ES, then yeah, like if I'm bearish, which you can be, I mean, obviously. Let's see. How did ES daily close yesterday? See how ES daily closed back inside the range yesterday. So yeah, you do have a little uncorrelation on the daily there, where one closed above, one back inside. But if I was looking for shorts for ES, I would be looking for shorts out of this 4 hour SIBI. Going into a 10 o'clock, and then looking for what I'd be looking for 4 hour to open, put in a wick, distribution down. You may not take that daily low, in between like 11 and 2 o'clock during that 4 hour candle. You might close down here, and then like 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock gives you what a retrace back up here, puts in another wick. This is like best case scenario. It's a Friday, so hold on to your expectations, but like that's like a, a baseline of what you should expect if you're bearish expecting that low. Let's check ES hourly. I'll have to look here what you're talking about. You're talking about the daily VI. Not necessarily a breakaway gap. We'll probably be back. I mean, honestly, we're just in this big daily range. It's not unlikely that we come back for that. I would expect the daily candle to wick inside of that at some point. But I'm not going to be bearish today just because of that. I'll be bearish for this, and this will be a target for me when the hourly tells me so. That's the best way to go about that. ES fill the hourly devil's mark. Oh, you're talking about that one. Okay, yeah. Yeah, see how the hourly closes on. Would realistically like to see both close above the previous hour high. But to me, the hourly closes like this. It's nothing that I want to short, right? Why would you want to short an hourly candle that just swept the low, closed back up, and then closed back above it? Let alone just close back inside of it, close back above it. Question is now, can we get a dip first to potentially get long, or are we just going to rip? If we're going to rip first, then we're either going to go up, take care of business up here, and then chop, or we're going to go up here. This will be your 10 o'clock wick, and then we go back down inside the range, and maybe we do start some kind of a move down. So now we just wait, and I never want to chase the first move of the hourly candle, right? Because it's likely that you're going against manipulation. So let's do this. A bullish hourly candle close. Nice, so doggo. ES closed above as well. So ES went up for that and just hit that hourly SIBI. So what would give me confirmation on ES? If ES cannot close, if this hourly closes at if this hourly candle closes at 11 o'clock back below this 4 hour SIBI, that's a short for me, right? Especially if this candle closes back inside the range of this candle and it hit the SIBI, so it closes below the SIBI, back inside the range here. This is a short that I am looking to take at 11 o'clock. I am looking to get short inside of this hourly wick. There's probably some kind of fair value gap, some kind of PD array I can use to get short inside of there, and then a stop at the high. Something along those lines. That's if that happens, and then you can target all of the. You can target 50% down, and then obviously whatever lows you want to target. That would be my. That's how I would be trading. Um, that's how I would wait for that confirmation, right? So then I would have a bearish close, look for 11 o'clock to manipulate back up inside the wick here, and then get short. But right now, like I'm not just going to short here, right? I would not just be shorting just because we're in a 4 hour civvy. Let me get that confirmation first. This thing is ripping. We're gonna go right to London. There's old midnight. Where's previous day high at? Oh yeah, we're very, very close to previous day high. Right. So same thing on the daily, right? If I'm looking, if you know what I was looking for on like the 4 hour there, you have daily closed above. What should be our target first? We should dip down London Asia, and then we should, if we're going to expand, we should expand up to at least take the previous day high. And then how does the daily close here? If the daily closes down, if the daily closes below yesterday's high, then I'm looking for a move to the downside on a Monday, Tuesday, which goes in line with a what? Would go in line with our weekly candle, right? Our weekly candle would be bullish, but if the daily closes, if it cannot close above yesterday's high, what's that telling me? Telling me a downside, which if I'm expecting upside next week, I'm expecting Monday, Tuesday to what? Give me downside first, right? See how it's just always aligning, always aligning, one time frame to the other. But for me, there's nothing for me to enter this right now. Nothing at all. What up? Yep, it is a pickle. It is a pickle. For those that are in Discord, we're on YouTube and we're a pickle. That's don't think I'm going crazy here. I might be. What a rip to London. Now, all I'll be watching is how do we close? Do we close above? Do we start closing on the 5 minute above previous day high, or do we swipe London previous day high and then close back inside the range? If we close back inside the range, yeah, you'll be fading the hourly, but the only time I'll fade the hourly is if I'm only shorting to 25% of the previous hourly candle, or if some kind of major buy side was delivered, which I think a previous day high and London highs is a pretty good combo of buy side liquidity. Yep. Yeah, it's kind of looking that way. Trades for sure. Who said no reason we shouldn't take those highs. A lot of people. I did not trade yesterday. Was that that was this morning where we did not deliver. Okay, makes sense. It was okay. It was yesterday where 12 p.m. did not get up to a new high of day, which makes sense. We don't have to put in a new high of day there. Like I said, there should be no reason that we don't take London previous day high here. Any kind of manipulation down, I think you can try to get long. But what I don't like is I don't like this little bit of manipulation below the 10 a.m. open. Right? I want to see like unless this hourly candle is going to just straight expand, then yeah, you're just gonna have a small wick like this, right? When we look for expansion candles, we look for those small wicks make big expansions, So I'm just gonna pay attention to the candle closes on London and previous day high because that would give us an obvious SMT on previous day high as well. ES still not the strongest candidate out there, where you could have some kind of short, and then that makes sense, right? That would also go in line with a what? If you give some kind of short up here, ES just manipulating up to that 4 hour SIBI. All right. Close over midnight. Holding it right now. Let's check gold quick. Gold almost with a double sweep here. I would have, if I was looking for shorts on gold, I would have wanted to see gold. Obviously, you had a reversal candle here, but you took a new high. I would want to see this close back inside here to confirm like a bearish bias. Let's check ONG. NG might get a pullback here. So like this is the so on natural gas right now. This is what I'll be looking for on NQ to get short, right? I'll be looking for reversal candle out of that 4-hour SIBI. It closes back inside the range here. I'd be looking to get short somewhere inside of the wick of this hourly candle. Let's see if there's some kind of like, man, this might be a good short. Much as I don't want to fade natural gas right now with that storm. Man, the hourly, this 5-minute SIBI, this would be something to watch if we get up there. I like that there's no manipulation below that 10 o'clock open as well. So this thing could have a nice a nice pullback here. Keep an eye on it. Right, because even if I take a short, even if I lose, I mean, I'm still trading in line with what the hourly candle's telling me. You kind of got a 5-minute breaker here, though, is what we're kind of holding here on Natty. So I'm gonna watch Natty. If Natty gets up to 50, hits this 5-minute SIBI and closes back below it, I'm gonna try a short, and stop will be above whatever this 5-minute high would be. So we'll keep an eye on that. Actually, let's just set in an alert there. This is where they're gonna mess around with NQ before taking the high. It's gonna mess with those chasers. How far is -4? -4 is another 70 points up. Obviously, if we start closing above previous day high, closing above London on the 5-minute, then yeah, we can start targeting -4 as well. All right, we'll be right. All right. Business taken care of. There's a show called that? Oh. Someone tagged me in something. Or is that just okay? That's just the Discord chat. So it's tempting. We'll see what happens if we take London daily high around that 10 15. We have some kind of reversal signature, like the 5-minute swipes both highs, closes back inside, and maybe the 15 corresponds with that. Then there might be a short targeting like 50% of this range. Most I don't want to short, but if we deliver some kind of buy side, then there's a daily SMT. There is potential for a short there, but a lot has to work out. I want to see these highs swept at 15, 20 after the hour, and I don't want to see body closes over. Oh, NG hit that. Ooh. And NG hit the civvy. It did not hit 50 though. I'd like to see 50 hit. It just looks NG looks very, 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 very clean there, which it usually is because there's a lot less manipulation in those commodities compared to good old NQ. What's ES doing? ES barely has any manipulation down here. I could turn the double sweep off. See, I wish this could be like if this was NQ, this could be very, very nice here, especially if buy side still, if London and net are still intact. You have a nice 5 minute busy here. You can still have manipulation below the 10 a.m. open. Puts in your 10 o'clock wick. Your 10 o'clock low is then locked for your hourly candle, and then you can look for expansion longs out of here. Just NQ. Just I would need NQ like back down to this 5 minute busy, and we're almost running out of time at this point, right? It's already 10:13. I will say if it does get down there and we leave London in the daily highlight right there, then that's something where I'll look for a long, assuming it's not like 10:30, 10:40, right? I still want there to be time where this could still be manipulation. The wick's just too small. I would expect us to get on that Sibi if this 5 minute closes below what? Actually, I wouldn't be looking at anything. This is the sweaty. Oh, so NG hit our target there, 50. Let's see how this 5 minute closes. If this 5 minute closes back inside the range of this 5 minute and back below this 5 minute Sibi, then that's a short. But looks like you only got 10 seconds left. Might have to wait till the next candle here. Right, because I would be looking for if I'm so on natural gas, bearish, right? Bearish so far because I'm looking. There's 50% of your hourly candle up inside the wick, that 5 minute Sibi. There's no manipulation below that wick. I'm bearish. I'll be looking for at least 50% back down, which actually I think we already hit 50% down. Yeah, so that candle actually closed right at 50. We'll see how if we get some kind of reaction. So I would be looking for, so with the hourly showing bearish like that, I would want to see this high swept. I would want to see this high swept, close back inside. I would want to see this candle go up. There you go, and take that high. Maybe we get into the higher Sibi, and then it closed back inside the range of this candle of this candle. Sorry, and then I would look to go short, stop above this high here, and then I'm in line. I'm okay taking that. Why? I'm trading on the side of what the hourly showed me. I'm trading with time. There's no manipulation below my hourly open. I'm trading alongside time. The first move was up, so I'm expecting the next move to be down. So I have time on my side, and everything else. So if I take a loss, if I take a small loss here, I don't care because the RR would still be great, assuming we close down. Assuming we have a decent close. But like I'm trading with everything on my side at that point. The RR is on my side. I delivered 50. I got a nice 5 minute swing point off of 50 out of a 5 minute Sibi. It's a short worth trying every single time, assuming we don't go all the way down first. But I would be expecting NG to deliver lower here. Also, what else do I have? What else do I have here? Hourly high swept here, closed back inside. So what? I would be expecting at least this low to be swept. So that low is still open as well. That would be my first target. Maybe you can target. You can target 50% back down, but like as soon as you enter, you're going to be at 50. You might as well just go for that 10 a.m. low or 9 a.m. low. Excuse me. NQ just doing nothing still. Like I said, I think NQ might give us a move down to that 5 minute BISI, give us a little bigger wick on the hourly candle, and then a move up. That's the only way I want to enter NQ right now. because we're kind of getting out of the range of where I'd be looking for a reversal off of London high and that daily high, just because of time, right? I would be expecting manipulation to go up and take that high, put in your hourly wick, and then your hourly wick closes back inside the range, and then you look for shorts going into 11 o'clock. Like I said, it could all still be possible though, right? I mean, it all depends, especially with the ES and that 4 hour candle and that 4 hour civvy. Like this, if the hourly candle closed like this on ES, I think ES and I think an ES short is absolutely worth trying. But like I said, we'll wait till 11 for that though and see what happens. But eyes are on Natty Gas right now. Actually, let's do this. That was actually an hourly break. It's an hourly unicorn too that Natty Gas is in. But like I said, we'll see how it closes. Someone say uni. I did. Natty Gas is in a hourly unicorn. Hourly unicorn. And this is your breaker. Big old breaker. Big honking breaker. Like I said, NQ's got to wreck the chasers first. Yeah. You'll see this so much. Most of you have been trading NQ long enough to know it too. I know that though. We'll get close. And we will chop around, wreck some accounts first, and then deliver. And then, yeah, and then deliver up there. Not having any 5-minute candles close below the previous though. So not anything I would be shorting. That's for sure. All right, so Natty Gas closed inside. It's 80 to 20. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's just hanging tight. Like I said, just doing about the same thing. Just delivered 50. I would not be interested. I do not want to short anything until NQ takes that London in a daily. It's going to hold everything up until that gets taken. I want to see what Natty Gas does here. I like that it closed inside here, but pretty almost closed right at the high. I'd like to see it. If this 5-minute wants to swipe side to side and also close inside and give us a double sweep, then I'm full on board for Natty here. But I see why you don't want to just get short there. Looks like you just delivered 50. 50 to the tick. There you go. All right, there goes London. The question is, how do we interact with previous day high? How does this candle close? I mean, it's easy to say 80 to 20 when 80 is to 50. And yeah. When 20 is London high, I mean, yeah. Yeah. I'll give you good call, Hilario. Good call. Hope no one chased there. All right, there's the daily high. Now the question is, how do we close? If this thing closes above the daily above previous day high, then I am bullish up to -4. And you're just gonna have a small wick on the hourly on the hourly low, which tells me what? If we're not coming back down to put in a bigger wick on the hourly by like 1020, 1025, it's this telling me that this is just gonna be an expansion candle and we're just gonna keep on going. Right? Because price did the little manipulation that it was gonna do, it put in there. Now, can a short still happen? Yep. But I need to see this candle. I need to see this 5 minute candle close below the daily high, below the below London. Because why would I want to short anything that's closing above my higher time frame levels here? Yes, ripping as well. Mm. So by the time ES gets to midnight, London high should align with NQ getting up to about -4. So maybe we do get maybe we get a little CB model on a -4 today, and that's the play we get to take. Oh, let's see how Natty closes here. What up, Perry? What up? What up? Let's see Natty close below here. Natty can close below here. I'm looking to get short. All right, pretty much the opposite of what NQ is doing here. You're not done for the day. I've never seen Hildago done for the day. So just a 5 minute inside candle here on NG. So not one that I really care about. I want to see how we interact with the previous candle that swept a previous candle. So I'm still watching the high and low of this one. I'll have no more interest in shorting NG if this 5 minute candle closes above this high. I'll be looking short if it swipes it and closes back inside. That's when I would look to. That's when I would enter short. And so NQ closes above previous day high, and it closes above London. So nothing that I want to short here. Best case for me right now would be a CB model, which would put me at 798. Right, it would put me at 798 would be my trigger point for -4, which would be here. So maybe we get something along the lines of best case is we get this. Maybe we get dip down to this 5 minute BISI, get some kind of 5 minute swing out of here, and we can target -4. All right, later, doggo. Take care. About the 5 minute FEG, nice. Yeah, in hindsight, that was the 50% off of ES was that was the play. That was the play. But for me, the way that I like to trade, I had no kind of entry opportunity inside of here. Obviously, wasn't entering down here. And we had just nothing. We had no kind of. Well, this was our. I want to see a little bigger manipulation below the hourly open at that point to get long. I would have wanted to see us down inside, but ES got it. So there's obviously SMT on this fair value gap down here, but that's okay. Am I chasing here? Nope. So what do? I just eyes on the next opportunity. For me, that would be -4 CB model or 11 o'clock, whatever happens first. Because good idea to say though, like how like kind of how to kind of avoid chop, where we had a swipe of 8 a.m. low, closing side, swipe of 8 a.m. high, closing side. Told us we were just going to be choppy, right? Choppy until 10 o'clock or so. And then the hourly candle closes above. So what? So the hourly candle swiped low. It closed above on both. Why would you ever want to get short in that instance? I have no idea. But that's just it would have it just following the hourly chart told you everything so far. But yeah, if you look at ES, obviously whenever like the hourly that we like to look at, like which was cash Owen. Yeah, very, very exactly a trade. It could happen. It could absolutely happen still. You just might have to. Might be like a. It might be like a it might be like 11 o'clock though. But yeah, ES still rejecting the 4 hour. The question is, how does it close? Is this hourly? Um, just be watching this 4 hour, which obviously big SMT up there. But my guess is we're probably just going to start slowing down and start chopping and just stay inside of this range. I doubt we have much more expansion on a Friday going into a Friday afternoon, but we'll see. Um, but I'll be looking to see how does the hourly close here. I would want to see this hourly close back inside the range here. If so, then yeah, sure. I'm looking to get short inside this hourly wick as I already went over. I missed this candle here on. Oh, it hasn't closed yet. But yeah. And then the other thing, what was I was talking about? Oh, so the hourly model, like that we look for to get to look for a continuation, right? We just grade this hourly candle out. I just didn't get any kind of move down to uh near 25, but why? Because of ES. So if you go to ES, you guys already know where we hit that 5 minute BISI. So like on Q, just happened to be better on ES today. So what do? You grade out your hourly candle because it's bullish. So I'm looking for continuation. So so what do? I draw out the fib, go to my lower time frame. I look for some kind of PD array at that 50%, at that 25% of the previous hourly candle, and that's where I'm looking to. That's where I'm looking for our hourly manipulation to happen, to then get long because my hourly candle closed bullish. Simple as that. Just a lot cleaner on ES today, and Q is just ready to expand higher. So for me, like right now, I still don't want to short, right? I don't want to short now with the 5 minute closing above. So on a higher time frame basis, for me, I want to see how does this hourly close. If we go up here and hit this and hit -4 and somehow come back down and close back below the previous day high back inside London, then there's a good. I mean, I think the shorts can be on. But I don't. I would not want to short the hourly if the hourly is closing way up here, right? You're closing above. If the hourly is closing super bullish up here above the previous day high, above your overnight range, why would you want to short? You know, wait for that confirmation. Right now, you just don't have it. Like for me, like I said on ES, the confirmation would be as this hourly SIBI, SMT, close back up below. You can then target these lows again. But my guess would be if ES, if you have an SMT here, that would lead me to believe that ES also wants to go up and take a London high. But right, otherwise, why would you have an SMT here? What else would you be going for? All right, so we'll watch the 15 point trigger and potential -4 play here. GC sitting at the 50%. All right. See, so right now I'll look at gold here in 1 second, Cash. NG, so the 5 minute candle that I was watching, right? We swept that low and closed back inside. Nothing that I want to short here now on Natty, right? I do not want to see if I'm looking for bearishness, I wanted to see this 5 minute swing candle here. I wanted to see this get closed below to confirm downside. Otherwise, if I'm sweeping that low and closing back inside, it's not necessarily bearish. The pickle monster is on. You mean the bumpy pickle? The bumpy pickle, the pickle tickler, whatever you want to call it, is on the tube of you. See, I'm just waiting for a little more 5-minute confirmation saves me here. There'll be sometimes where I take this 5-minute swing, but like it just didn't have that. I don't know. It just didn't have that. It didn't have that bearish look to it. It's just barely closed below. It's where like I would almost sometimes rather wait for a double sweep. Now it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting now if we hit this 5-minute civvy and then this cannot close above. We'll see how this closes here in 2 minutes. But like, but now like time is like not on my side for this trade either, right? It's 10:33. I would expect manipulation to end, 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, and then start moving down. Can it still move down? Yeah. You're just not time isn't necessarily on your side at this point now. All right. So yeah, I mean, all we can do is wait now. Like nothing I'm chasing here. Nothing anybody should be chasing here. How did we took pretty deep? Like obviously, if you take the hourly model and you look at this, yeah, what do we hit? Oh, we bounced off the 25, the lower portion there of the previous day. So if we had a 5-minute swing like this, or 5-minute like a daily swing like this, I'm assuming we hit 25%. There's your 25%, which was yesterday's bounce, and then continuation. But I think yesterday was a good example. Actually, let me go look. Mm, Not really. There wasn't really much there. Like I'd be looking for. I guess there would be an hourly busy here, but yeah, we just held the 25. But usually I'll be looking for like I said like an obvious higher time frame busy. Maybe there's like a 15 there. But yeah, not much there. So not necessarily the cleanest. Yesterday we just held that level. It looks like we're pumping. All right, let's get up to that trigger and see if we can get a pullback off of that to then get up to -4. Glad I waited a little bit longer for natural gas there. Like I said, natty gas is a tough short right now. It's a tough short. I think just wants to fly. Because if you look at natty gas right now, I think it's like it's ripping through. Hasn't been this high in a long since the summer. Man, still drawing out Robs at that point. One winter storm and natty gas goes crazy. Yeah, maybe. Hey, trades, maybe. I'm talking about, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yes, just stuck though. Which tells me there could be an 11 o'clock reversal. I'm not against it. I'm not worried. I'm not against trying it. But I would rather short ES at that point. Right. For me to get short on ES, what I need to see is this candle needs to come back down, put in a wick, close down here. There'd be a wick here, and then there's going to be some kind of fair value gap or something inside of the wick. So let me draw this out. I would want to see this high swept again potentially. Nah, I guess we don't have to. But I would want to see a wick, and then I'll look for a fair value gap inside of that wick. But this thing's really got to move down here in the next 20 minutes if it's going to close bearish. Silver did hit 100. Hildago, is Hildago still in here? What up? Oh, Doc's in here. What up, Doc? Huh, no pun intended. Uh, where? Okay, Doggo already left. Doggo called Silver going to 100 when it was at like 45 or 50. So that's a good call by a Doggo. Usually Doggo's the very he's like ICT. He'll call AL level 3 points before we hit it, and then say told you. I'll give him his credit for Silver though. Oh yeah, only 100 for a Silver. That's it. Otherwise, it's just 80-20. Yeah. I don't get why there's a sell signal there for the double sweep indicator. That should not be a sell signal. I like that we left this 5-minute BISI open. I would love to see. So best case, this is like the dream scenario right now. Is obviously we close bullish here. The hourly closes bullish. Maybe we chop here. Maybe we chop here for another few minutes. 11 o'clock opens up here. You guys can already see it now because we go over this all the time, right? We're looking for what? Be looking for the hourly closes bullish. So I'm not bearish, right? I'm looking for continuation longs because the hourly closes bullish. What am I looking for? This 5-minute BISI. 11 o'clock opens, or maybe we get up to the 15-point trigger first. That's best case. I think I would still take the along even if we don't get up to the 15. That's best case though. We get up to the 15, 11 o'clock opens, whatever, and then we get down to here, put in an hourly wick, back down to this BISI, just because it's a nice clear BISI, and then we have actually that'd be a pretty deep dig, and then we can take it up to a -4. That's all I can see right now, unless the hourly somehow goes and closes super bearish now. But what I want to look at is, so I want to put this BISI out here. Where's my 10 o'clock low? My 10 o'clock low sits right here. Say my 10 o'clock high sits here. Look where that BISI sits. Right at 50%. CE of that BISI sits right at 50% of my 10 a.m. candle, which if I'm closing bullish, what am I looking for? You guys already know it. I just went over it. Boom, hourly wick, and then up to -4. Potentially here. Assuming the hourly closes this bullish, right? So we might have to wait another 20 minutes. And that's okay. We get paid to be patient. Richard, did your have you opened your BlackBerry yet? Is he? Yeah, I don't even know if he's still in here. Boom GC. Oh, I forgot. You didn't remind me. Cash. I meant to go look at GC. Oh my gosh. I already see it. Good example of the double sweep though. Here on gold, right? You have candle 1, candle 2 sweeps it, closes back inside. Candle 3 sweeps 2, closes back inside the range of candle 1. There you go. You got a little move, right? But that's just what, like, it just adds, like I said, it's not a mechanical model. It's just something where you can If you're short here and you see something like this and failing to close below in a 5 minute, you might be in trouble. Just something to pay attention to. But you're saying, so let's go look at the 10 a.m. low. 10 a.m. low for gold, and then sorry, I'll be looking at the 9 a.m. low. 9 a.m. low, 9 a.m. high. And you're saying how we held 50. I gotcha. Makes sense. I am from Dodgy's Discord. Yeah. I don't really chat in that Discord anymore, but it is the same Leppyrd. Yes, it is. I just was it like 2 years ago? I just moved over to my own Discord, and now it's just a free Discord where I stream for free 2 to 3 times a week now. Yeah, nice move on gold though. Nice move. Let's see if we get to good old -4 now, or my line disappeared. Looking for 798.25. Remember, that's just the trigger point that tells me we will get to -4. Oh yeah, Hidalgo, what's up? Yeah, I was just propping you up, but you left. I was saying how you called silver like 50 points ago. $50, whatever you want to call it. So NG, 5-minute closes above. I would be expecting. Yeah, this thing's just gonna run that 9 o'clock high. It looks like. RTY is dumping. Does that mean YM's dumping too? YM is wow. YM is hot garbage. While we're waiting, let's go see if we had any nice trades in London. How would I have traded London last night? If I woke up at 2, I would have expected. I would have been looking for a short here at 2 o'clock. I wouldn't have got it because I wouldn't have entered without that with that hourly devil's mark there. Yeah, not much. Not much in London last night in terms of watching the hourly. I'm assuming we hit 25 per here and held. Yeah. I would have been targeting this low though, unless ES took it. But yeah, really nothing clean I would have seen in NQ last night, unless hell yeah, love to see it. I'm assuming liquidity LIQ. Let's go LIQ. I'd love to see it, dude. Yeah, do the same thing now, just over here. I didn't want to. I don't trade exactly the same way Dodgy does, so I figured it was best if I just went on my own way. I didn't want to confuse his members with inverses and whatnot. So yeah, glad to see it though. Glad to see. What's your Discord name? I'm sure most people that are in my free Discord now are implants from there. So I'm sure you probably know most of them. Let's see. All right. What was I gonna look at? Oh yeah, waiting on 798 to hit. I want to mark out this. Not a. I don't think this is a short I would have taken, but yeah, there's no like good PD array inside of there. We just basically just an order block. So nothing good. Nothing good. All right, let's go back to the 5-minute. Let's just watch. Slow ground. I would be so annoyed if I was in a long right now. Apology for what? Oh, never mind. I see what you're talking about. You tried a long London session in the 6 area? Must have been a busy night in the ER, a non-busy night then, right, doc? Hopefully. It was phone trade, yeah. In the 600 area? Oh, okay, yeah. Makes sense. I could have seen like a 50%, a potential like 50% retrace inside of there for sure. I mean, it made sense though because the daily closed bullish. So I mean, you'd be looking for London to manipulate down, and then you'd be looking for a reversal some point in there, and then just like this little portion would be your daily wig. So I can definitely see and get on board with that. Makes total sense to me. I'm assuming uh ES took that yesterday's low at like 10:05 there. Yeah, okay. So there was an SMT on that low. That makes sense. That's why we didn't take that's why we didn't take that low. All right, 15-point trigger coming up. We got 11 o'clock coming in about 11 minutes as well. All right, there's the trigger. Now let's see if we can get a retrace first before hitting that -4. Where's the S in terms of that 4-hour SIBI? Blowing right through it. Same with the 4-hour candle on Eon. Remember, you had a 4-hour swing on ES, so 4-hour swing can take you all the way back to the highs, which looks like that's going to be the case here. I'm going to go right to -4. Boo. That's all right. All right, so now I have nothing. I have nothing until 11 o'clock hits. Nothing until 11 o'clock hits. I don't see any other form of liquidity besides, what is that, Friday, the last Friday's high. Last Friday's high, last week's high would be, oh, well, last week's high, I doubt we get to. This is your best case, I think, for today, is getting up to last Friday's high. But still, I'm not chasing here, right? I'm waiting to see, I want to see 11 o'clock open, give me a little dippy dip, and then a long, which -4 can give us that, give us that pullback here. The level was 813, Ariel. Yeah, and ES close to, like I said, there's no reason ES doesn't take London. With the SMT on London lows, it should mean that ES wants to run that, yeah, London high in midnight sitting there. But yeah, I mean that worked out about perfect. Where NQ is hitting -4, about the same time ES is hitting midnight London. Maybe that's what gives a little pullback here going into 11 o'clock. Like at this point, I would want to have. I wouldn't just like, even if we get a dip at like 11 o'clock opens and like we get a nice and we get a nice dip. I wouldn't just long it. I would still wait for some kind of 5-minute confirmation. So it'll keep my stop nice and small. Let's see how it's gonna be a potential hourly inside candle for NG. So nothing of interest anymore on NG, just based off of if it's an hourly inside candle. No more interest. Gold potentially. How's that hourly look? If gold hourly can close above 9 a.m. high, then I can look for the same thing on gold, targeting what is that? Asia high for gold. Look for, say it closes bullish here. What do we do? Same thing on as we do on NQ. Grade it out. Go to the 5-minute. We see. Well, we already hit that BISI, so we'll see. Grade it out. We'll kind of wait and see what happens. See where it closes, and then go from there. Silver reversal. All right, let's go check out silver. Silver's insane. This will be interesting. So if silver can close back below this low, then you have an hourly double sweep here, and I could definitely see us have a bigger pullback here. You should at least go see 50% of this range, which is that would be like the low hanging fruit target. But I could see us go lower. We'll see how that closes. So, but -6 of your 30-second opening range also takes you up to that previous day high, or last Friday's high. But definitely a spot you want to be cautious. You do not want to be longing up here without any kind of pullback. But you guys know this. You guys know this basic stuff. Other than that, there's not. Yeah. I mean, NG could close over here, and then I'm looking for longs, but I would not like that devil's mark down there. YM's gross, no thanks. ES, maybe ES has a better opportunity here, because at least you have nice targets here on ES besides just NQ and that daily high. Because you got to think, like, a lot of people like, and I get both sides of this argument. Like, they'll be like, okay, I want a long NQ because it's the stronger one here, but eventually ES has to catch up. So like, I'm always thinking like the opposite. I'm like, I would almost rather trade the one that needs to catch up, because it has the obvious short-term targets here on NQ. What am I going for? I'm trying to long up here to get me another 80 points after we've already expanded this high. So for me, I don't mind looking for in maybe a potential ES long coming into 11 o'clock here. Does that make sense though? Like, why would I like? Oh, it's the weaker one, so it's stumped the furthest. But like, if ES needs to catch up, assuming there's no major sell side taken, like I'm talking on from my bearish stance here, but like, assuming there's no major sell side taken by one of them, and you have a big SMT, then I don't mind. I wouldn't mind like shorting the other one. I guess it comes down to what situation. But like in this situation, like, I think ES would be the better play. ES, no reason ES doesn't get to London here, especially if we open at yeah, I think so. That makes sense. Never had a sister, so I wouldn't know. But yeah, so I mean, so I think I don't mind that. Let's agree this out. Especially if there's a nice PD array that lines up at like the 25 as well, which I'm assuming there's a 5-minute BISI there. So this could be a spot where we look for longs on ES if we don't hit London high and don't take out. Look at that! Holy crap! You also have -4, which I'm not a big proponent of -4 with ES. I haven't done enough back testing to be like, we will go to it like I have on NQ, but I like the correlation sitting up there. So we'll see where this thing opens and dips to. Now, if 11 o'clock opens and it just starts ripping, then there's a chance we do get a pullback at like 11:15. But that's why we just wait. Now 25% sits right below that BISI, so we can hit 25%, hit that BISI, and rip, baby. And if we just rip through that and don't get any kind of along, then we'll probably just end stream. But yeah, we do have that daily high at the SFTFs. That we do. Yeah, not the overnight because we still have. We went a little bit higher around 1 a.m. So that's why, like, another reason, like, I would not just I would not just have a limit order sitting here, right? I would want to see a 5 minute swing. I would want to see a dip inside of it, a close back out of it, and then get long, stop below that wick. Keeps my stop small, and then my obvious targets would be up to what overnight highs previous in that previous day, high. It keeps me out of trouble. Keeps me out of trouble. Keeps my stop very, very small. Like, especially long, like Doc said, like you have daily SMT up here. You're long in very, very high. And if silver closed above, then you're looking at higher prices for Mr. Silver. Let's go natty gas hourly, just an hourly inside candle. So yeah, no interest on natty. I think it's still dumb. I would not like longing natty with that hourly low there, and we never swept that hourly low where we swept the high, closed back inside. I would have wanted because there we don't have we don't have an hourly swing point there. You just reversed off of an hourly down candle. That's it. Oh, thanks, Jules, for yeah. All right, so let's see. 11 o'clock open, coming in hot. We have our ranges marked out. At least on ES we do. We have our ranges marked out. Maybe. Definitely not anything you see an hourly candle closing almost at the high. Definitely not anything that you want to try shorting. I'm just glad we got to move. I thought there was a good chance of chop today when I opened the charts and I just see us chopping inside of London here. All right, so which way do we go first? Which way are we going to manipulate? I like the 15-minute Bissy, basically at 10 a.m. 50. All right, we can turn off all this stuff now because nothing I really care about anymore. I know negative six sits up here. Yeah, potentially. So any kind of short opportunity right now would be a sweep on 10 o'clock high, and then a 5 minute close back inside. Then you might get a move back down to 25 and a 50%. That's something you could look for here, but if the opportunity is there, then maybe. But like I would only short to like 25% is where I would take everything off. I would need to see this 5 minute candle close back inside of the 10 a.m. Candle, get short, stop above this wick, looking for 25%. But if this candle closes back above 10 o'clock high, then for me shorts are off the table. But if the first move is up and ES wants to push up, maybe take overnight highs and then cannot close above it, then there's maybe we could have like a hourly like a smaller pullback after that, and then where 11 o'clock is just like a slow grind, like a slow grind down. But still, nothing I want to be shorting here right now. Not yet. No signs of it until the 5 minute tells me so. Even then, I think I'd still be a little scared. So see how, watch these first 5 minute candles close, see how they close, and then debate if we're going to stay on for any longer. We can watch gold. So silver closed above. I wouldn't be trying to short silver here. I don't know if I would ever try to short silver. Right? All right. So gold. We'll just see at least down to 25% or so, but looks like it may not. But with the hourly close, it should tell you everything you need to know on gold. That's your that's your obvious target. I mean, obviously it's right there, right? Question is, can you get a dip first to get involved? Oh man, damn it. Yes, KC. Yes, I was. Um, basically, I was saying, thank you. H rays. Yeah, I mean, it sucks, but I mean, obviously, just in hindsight, but use it. It's in the past now, right? So don't don't dwell on it. Just learn from it. Um, next time you'll be like, okay, I remember that. Like the hourly close bullish. I should have been, into an hourly order block, and I bounced off of what? I bounced off 25% too. So it's a spot where, like, if you take a loss out of this BISI and everything aligns and you're expecting higher prices, then that's still a good loss to take. I mean, you're still gonna lose some of those trades sometimes, but I mean, it happens. It happens. But now next time you'll take it. That's why it's so important just to show up every single day. Show up every day, and either you're gonna learn something new every day. whether it's good or bad, but both are going to be good for your long term trading career. Yeah, yeah. If you stick to the hourly and which way the hourly candle is closing and trade in that direction, as long as you haven't hit like your major buy side sell side, you're gonna you're gonna be on the right path. I just if as long as you don't like start chasing crap and whatnot, taking good trades based off that hourly close, you will be a profitable trader. The question is like everybody in here can everybody in chat right now can read a chart. We can all read a chart, have a good idea of where price is going, but and in the long run, it all comes down to you guys already know it. It comes down to your own discipline, your own execution, and how patient can you sit at a computer without needing that dopamine rush to push a button. That's You are the only person that's stopping yourself when it comes to that. Everybody in here can read a chart and have a general idea of where price is going. Everybody in here could trade one micro and probably be profitable as long as they took good trades and they're not chasing bull crap. Just went on a little tangent there. I guess when NQ's not doing anything. So did okay, no. ES closed above the previous hour high as well. So nothing I would even short here. I'd like to see us get down to that BISI. But we're holding midnight. God, I don't this it seems very, very high, but I don't man, I don't want to I don't want to take this. But if we're going to expand this a whole, this could be something you could try. Maybe try CE of this wick. And you just get out and you could look at this for like a 3.5 hour trade. What time is it? It's 11:10 and we get a 5-minute swing like that. How many points is that? 56. It's tempting. I would like to see. I wish this candle hit that 5-minute BISI, or at least hit a 25%. I would feel a lot better about trying a long here. It probably still works, but what up, BAMTech? Just seeing you enter chat. So when I say a 5-minute swing, it's all I'm referring to in here. I'd like the way put. So this could be your hourly low, potentially. Right now you got nice manipulation below it, 10:10 or it's 11:10. Best case now, what would be a long for me is if we swipe down one more time, hit 25, hit this BISI, and then we close back inside this candle. That would be that would be something that I would hammer. But there's a good chance that just this 5-minute swing alone holds. Yeah, and NQ got it as well. What's our 15 looking like? Come on, NQ. Or yeah, actually, yes. Give us a new low. Did NQ the gold take its high? Yeah, it already took its high. which was obvious. It just didn't give us a big enough retracement back to a 25, and that's okay. Next time it will, and I'll capitalize. What is NG doing? NG just starting to get gross. Yeah, we do have that VI. I have no. I am keeping eyes on that as well. Basically, which if we deliver some kind of, if we can like take a daily high or something up here, and then we get a candle that closes like this, maybe that's an opportunity to that we could target that VI. That'll probably be later today, but. So far, yeah, it's just holding that hourly open. But still, it's just a 5-minute inside candle, so it really means nothing to me. This is the candle I'm still watching. I'm watching the high of this one and the low of this candle. And what does this what is the next candle that takes that higher low? What does it do? Does it swipe it and close back inside, or does it close below or close above and tell me higher? For me, best case, we swipe this low, hit 25, but so we're kind of running out of time. It's already a quarter after. We should be ending manipulation around this time. All right, A-Trades, give it a shot. Give it a shot. It's a good sign that we swept overnight highs and we had no candle close above it. So the only thing I don't like is this candle here. Is this candle swiping the low and closing back above. Don't let me talk you out of it. Please, please, please. What's CE of this wick look like? Right at midnight. Nice. Nice, nice. Yeah, you want to start seeing expansion. I would should be in the clear if we can close below here, but right, there's CE of the wick. Yep. Also be watching this 5-minute BISI on NQ. Remember, I'm not just longing it, just looking for some kind of reaction out of it, some kind of bullish reaction out of it if we hit it. Yeah, that can make sense, Doc. If you sweep the high again, SMT, and then if it fails, and then especially if that sweep closes, I guess a sweep would be a failure to close. Then maybe, yeah, for sure. It's a good signature there on the 15-minute. 15-minute failed to close above that 10 o'clock high. It's a good sign for shorts. ES probably has that same signature. There you go. But oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot -4 is right there. ES just taps midnight. CE of this 5-minute wick. Dang, the ES long would have been looking nice if I entered that at CE of that wick. Granted, it's like 3 points, but let me turn this stuff off. There, now I can see. Just holding it, holding midnight, holding the open there. Not the candle close. Well, I guess we haven't closed yet, but another 5-minute candle that is failing to close below anything. You've had nothing but swipes on 5-minute candle lows and then closes back up inside. Same for NQ. Doesn't mean the shorts don't work, because if I'm looking to get short based off of the 15-minute chart, I'm looking to get short inside of this wick, right? I'm looking to get short inside of here. But so if you are short, don't get out because of that. Just because of, but that's just like what I'm seeing though. I'm seeing swipe, close, swipe, up, close. It's honestly just chop now. But